You can't have your cake and eat it. So continue having your matatus, continue having your boda bodas and tuk-tuks and everything else, but don't claim to be a city. The benefits of a city, a modern city, don't go for them. There can be no economy in Nairobi when Nairobi is as dirty as it is, as congested as it is, as caring as it is. So the choice is very clear.
I see.
Say, oh, bottoms up, mama mboga, boda boda.
Pesa mfukoni.
You have all those people, have them. Time is coming, mutalia. Because the capitalists will bring these things, and they are going to bring them. You will be home, all of you. You should be proactive. Let these matatu circles quickly move into modernized bus transport. Yeah.
Truly honored that you've joined us on this edition of Business Glide here on Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Richard Mwenja. It is no doubt that matatus are the most common means of transport here in Kenya. And on this particular edition of Business Glide, we take our special focus on Nairobi City and look at the value of the matatu sector. Nonetheless, we look at the setbacks therein and the huge, ambitious undertakings that have been done to respond to the same. To bring this conversation home, I'm joined by Kenya's most sought-after political analyst and strategist, doubling up as a renowned public scholar in East Africa. The first of his name, Herman Manyora. Sir, welcome on set.
Thank you, and the accolades, there are too many, but let's continue.
No. But yes. You told me you're a son of your father, a true warrior.
I'm a warrior, yeah.
All right, absolutely. Yes. Economic warrior, though, and human rights.
Warrior, just a village warrior.
I see.
Yes.
All right. We've seen the current administration undertake the bus rapid transport system, the BRT system, and it was geared towards decongesting our urban transport, particularly in Nairobi. Now, 4 years later on, it hasn't taken off yet. The construction is still underway and so forth. The budget is being increased year in, year out. If you look at best practice, this project will have taken at least 2 years, but we are still waiting for it. Once it comes, will it be worth the wait, or it's not even feasible?
Let's start by saying it was a project like any other project in this country, an opportunity for Kenyans to eat. Small places like Tanzania, they just worked on it and they have nice buses running in town.
Absolutely, 4 years now.
And you know, this is a small matter. In fact, the rail network, which we have been singing, can be done in this country in 2 years, and you can't believe it's Nairobi. So the truth is, all those things are just the normal projects giving Kenyans an opportunity to eat public money.
So you mean going forward, we shouldn't be surprised to see the likes of Purity Mwambia, Dennis Okari coming up with another expose, say, BRT billionaires?
But of course, we don't even wait for it. Why hasn't it taken off?
It will happen.
I want somebody to come here and convince me.
But they're saying we still have issues with contractors.
Which issues?
We don't have the capacity to do it.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. You start a project, create artificial problems, the contractor comes, he lays claims on a revision of the cost. Oh, we didn't anticipate this. Now this has come. Nairobi Water are saying you can't change these pipes. Oh, Kenya Power, so let us revise the post by 2 billion. It's stupid. It's something we know. It's a game too familiar.
All right.
Yeah.
We're getting your point there.
Correct.
And if you're looking at the goal of decongesting our urban transport, how about if we go and say widening our pedestrian walks and bringing on board the cycling culture as it is in Sao Paulo in Brazil, whereby we have a day whereby those who don't want to use unruly public service vehicles can go to town by cycling or by walking, so that we really decongest our urban transport system?
You see, you must start where you should start. First of all, Nairobi is a village.
Why do you say so?
It's not a city. I have said repeatedly, a city cannot exist without plans and bylaws. Nairobi is a place where you die because the doctor is stuck in a traffic jam, an unnecessary traffic jam.
Absolutely.
And Nairobi is a city, if you want to call it a city, where we waste billions and billions of shillings because of the snarl-ups, traffic jams. Nairobi is a dirty place. Nairobi is not a place where an investor in his right senses can come. Nairobi is not a city where people can come, let me go to Africa and just walk. Like people live here to go to Paris, just to walk in Paris.
And taking pictures.
Yeah, just on the river there, the bridge, there's a bridge there. You go to around River Thames in the UK, in London. You know, this is a dirty, useless place. So we must start there. Then we ask ourselves, how do we get out? Now we say we need comprehensive policies to turn Nairobi into a modern city.
I see.
And these policies will inform what we do, but we will also need the courage. For example, to decongest the city of Nairobi, you need the courage to say, a city cannot have matatus.
I see.
A city cannot have border borders. You can't. It can't be a city. You can't have your cake and eat it. So continue having your matatus, continue having your border borders and tuk-tuks and everything else, but don't claim to be a city. The benefits of a city, a modern city, don't go for them. Because part of the benefits of having a modern working city is that you bring in investors who can anyway offer better jobs to these border riders.
Absolutely.
So you stay there with your border riders, protect them, but as they give birth to children, let those children not expect jobs.
All right.
Because the economy must be there to produce those jobs.
All right.
There can be no economy in Nairobi when Nairobi is as dirty as it is, as congested as it is, as caring as it is. So the choice is very clear.
I see.
Say, oh, bottoms up, mama mboga, boda.
Pesa mfukoni.
You have all those people, have them. Even improve them, even give them money to continue being where they are. But don't look for the benefits of a modern economy.
I see.
Don't look for the benefits of a modern city. Let those mama mbogas and the border riders not expect their children to get employment.
Okay.
Because you must have a functioning economy. The city must be a modern city to be attractive to investors and to tourists and other people.
I see.
These are the people who will create jobs to give Mama Mboga's child a job.
All right.
To give the Nduthi rider a good job. To ensure that the Nduthi rider has a job for the son or the daughter. So the choice is clear for us.
All right. Nairobi's matatu industry circulates upwards of 160 billion per year for the Kenyan government. Now, isn't this enough pointer that now the government should probably look at this sector with much interest and probably go less on the arduous task of driving the sector, talk of heavy licensing fees, the amount of money you pay to the National Environmental Management Authority, the licenses to NTSA, the National Safety Transport Authority, and so forth. Also to the Music Society, Copyright Society of Kenya, for you to play your music on board.
No. Me, I look at things in a very simple, straightforward, natural way. Matatus to me are like slums. You cannot tell me like Uhuru was doing with this Anwar Guru, that you are improving life in the slums. You cannot tell somebody, this pit latrine is smelling, let me clean it for you, then you can eat from there. No, you have to demolish the slums. If I'm the president, 5 years, no slum in this country. Matatus are the same. You cannot improve matatus. No city can function with matatus. You remove matatus completely, all of them, from Nairobi. At least for a start. Nairobi,
all right,
Mombasa, Kisumu, no matatu.
Then we bring high-capacity vehicles?
Now, I have said this repeatedly. I know these are Kenyans, and they must live. They must eat. So as you remove the matatus, the question you must address, without which you don't remove them, how do we take care of them? They have children to feed.
Absolutely.
What do we do? And the answer is very simple for matatus. Let these matatu operators be the same people to run the modern bus system. The same people. They already have circles.
Absolutely.
Let these circles remove these matatus and get good buses, organized transport on the road themselves. I'm not asking us to go the capitalist way, where you kill small people in order for 2-3 people to grow. No. We must do it differently. Let the matatu operate. And I've talked this to Kimtai, this guy who matatu.
Yeah.
I was with him on, I think, on KTN show. I told them, time is coming, Mutalia, because the capitalists will bring these things, and they are going to bring them. You will be home, all of you. You should be proactive. Let these matatu circles quickly move into modernized bus transport. Yeah.
All right.
But you see, because you cannot kick matatus out of Kenya all of a sudden. So you sell these matatus, let them operate in Kericho, Kakamega,
Kitale.
and the money you raise, and with bank loans and so on and so forth, you buy the modern buses,
High-capacity vehicles.
modern capacity vehicles.
All right.
And in collaboration with city authorities, you improve on the roads, you create those lanes, special lanes, and so on and so forth. That's the way to go.
I see. The matatu industry promotes an array, or rather a vast of sectors. Talk of arts sector, those who paint the graffiti to the matatus, the insurance sector. But however, we've seen issues of, say, insurance claims, some being manufactured, some claims not being compensated, and it has brought the matatu industry with such sectors at loggerheads, even the Kenya Revenue Authority. Going forward, how do they build the synergy and really pull together other than move in different directions?
Let me stick where you are, because I wanted us to leave that. I wanted us to get rid of matatus, but let's have them, because I have no power. Once you have something as unruly as the matatu sector, with its own subculture,
I see.
highly informal, controls are not very easy. Most of the insurance will be fake.
It's happening.
Many of the claims will be fake also. So this is something to expect. A highly informal sector with a huge turnover of money. There will be so much conmanship. There will be so much that is fake. A lot of the stickers you get will not be valid. They'll be fake. So those are things to expect. And you cannot write it. I have said you cannot write the matatu industry. You need to remove it while empowering the matatu people to come up to be the new owners of the new modes of transport.
Okay.
Even rail.
All right.
They can be partners in public partner relationship with big players from France to do rail system in Nairobi. The matatu, these matatu people. These are the people I want to run Nairobi in terms of transport.
Okay.
But not matatus.
All right.
But let's stick to your matatu for the time being.
All right. Former Governor Mike Sonko was on numerous occasions on record talking about how Nairobi's matatu industry has been under the shackles of cartels. And perhaps for even getting entry into that market, you really have to go through a lot of issues and adverse tax to be there. And even while they are thriving is a whole different ball game, you see. Now, how do we curtail such cartels who probably push away investors into that sector?
Matatus is like there are so many cartels within the matatu industry.
Absolutely.
It's cartel control. And I don't see how you can control it. Because it's an informal sector. Matatus are owned by individuals. At some point they were saying there were people, Kamjesh and the rest, forcing these people to pay levies to them.
Absolutely.
People say they were Mungiki and what. Whether that's true or not is not the issue.
It was on record.
But when they were told don't pay, they said, but this is our business. And they pay. What will you do? If it was a formal sector, you'll control it.
I see. All right. For those who are speculating if BRT will be feasible in no meantime, what will you say to them? Is it coming? And will it be worth the wait?
It will have to come because Nairobi is grinding to a halt.
Really?
Of course. Nairobi is not moving even now. Nairobi. You come from Kisumu to Nairobi 30 minutes by air. You take 3 hours to reach in town. It's not a town. It's not a city. Nairobi is not moving anymore. People don't work. People who stay in Ngong have to wake up at 4.
Absolutely.
Having arrived at 10 in the house because of transport. Can they work? They are sleeping, waiting to go back home as they doze. Then they sleep 3-4 hours. Then they come back and doze in the offices. So Nairobi is a sleeping town. Nobody's working. We are not sleeping. We are not working. We are sleeping. The moment it has even tying up with pollution and environmental issues. Because if you have organized public transport system, people don't drive to work. Why would you drive?
All right.
Yeah, if there's a decent bus, you board a bus and go.
All right. The nightmare to the Nairobi matatu industry and largely the transport sector is the fuel cost. We've seen EPRA being at loggerheads with citizens, of course, and the legislatures concerning fuel prices. With our wind power on board, huge electrical endowment in terms of geothermal power, do you see in the future us getting to a point whereby public transport becomes the most cheap in the region?
It should. In many countries, transport is highly subsidized. Trains are actually subsidized by government. They don't make profit. In places like Ethiopia, fuel is almost half the price in Kenya. Government has loaded all the levies and taxes on fuel. If government removed these taxes and levies by 50%, you know what the cost of petrol will be in this country?
Say 50 shillings a litre.
It will be about 50, 60, 70 per litre. By just removing 50% of so many unnecessary levies and taxes. If government levied only genuine taxes on petrol, petrol will not go beyond 70. In Ethiopia, it's about 40, 50.
I see.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Is it far-fetched for us to think of going the electrical way, say the Tesla way? We have electrical, the cable
If we
transport.
can't do these simple things, how do we do those things? People who can't manage simple things, they want to go electric. All these batteries will be flat.
You know, many people on our feedback platform are saying you are a pessimist when it comes to really talking about the growth of the Kenyan.
I want this country to jump into the first world. That's not being pessimist. I'm saying we cannot continue living in that.
I see.
Being as a pity. Everybody is sympathizing with us in the world.
You're calling it as it is.
No, we don't. We don't deserve it. We deserve the best. We have what it takes.
All right.
This country can take off.
I see.
Why can't we take off? That's not being a pessimist. That's just saying we have the potential to grow. Let's grow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, definitely an elder has spoken. That is Herman Manyora, your renowned public scholar, talking matters transport sector and particularly the Nairobi matatu industry and what we can do to make sure that over time it contributes marginally to our revenue basket and also that issues around the BRT system are addressed soon enough so that Kenyans can reap from the taxes they pay to the national government. Before we leave, our fan of the week is Godwin Namwamba in Berlin, Germany.
From Berlin, Germany, Godwin Namwamba. How jumbo.
All right.
Spread the word. We appreciate you. We thank you so much. Spread the word and ask, even Germans, Mzungu, tell them to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.
Well, that takes us to the wrap of conversation today on Business Glide from Herman Manyora's channel. We wish you a prosperous 2022. Up next on your screen is the Business Glide African Proverb of the Day.